Hey everyone, it's Paulie. Thanks for clicking on to view my video. This is the second video in my Operation Six Pack playlist. So this is day 7, so I'm going to tell you what I've done the first 7 days of my mission. And I'm also going to show you a video of my torso so you can see where I am at the moment. And I'll also give you a little bit more information about the fracture in my spine. So I'm going to talk about my broken back, because people are probably wondering, you know, they hear about broken back, they're going to be like, well, shouldn't you be in a wheelchair or whatever. So I can explain that a little bit further as well. So please watch my video to the end, and it'd be great if you could please subscribe to my channel. So if you click on the little button on the bottom right hand side, that'd be great. Thank you. So I weighed myself this morning. I've got a clip of that later, so I'll show you that in a minute. In the last 7 days I have lost 1 pound of weight, so I'm down to 176, and I've lost 0.8% of fat, so I'm down to 23%. The first day, day 0, I continued to eat carbs and drink beer because I had some beer left, so I figured I'd drink it. Why not? Not stupid, not going to waste it. Second day, I continued to eat carbs, and I'm pretty sure I had some beer, so I drank that because I'm not stupid. For the last 5 days, for the next 5 days, I've stuck to my diet plan, so I've not eaten any carbolicious stuff, so I've not eaten bread or potatoes or rice or anything like that. I've just been eating basically meats. I've had a few protein bars, protein shakes, just normal sort of stuff. Admittedly, they got a few carbs in, but not a lot. And I've kept my calorie count under 1700 calories a day for 5 days, and I don't feel bad from it, and I've not had an alcoholic drink for those 5 days either, and I'm not going to have one today. I'm going to plan on trying not to have one at all, so hopefully when I give you an update it'll be the same, so I'll hopefully still not be drinking, but that's a challenge. Other obstacles I had was my wife, bit of a feeder, but she's been great. She's been helping me out, so she's actually been cooking me some really nice meals. In fact, she cooked me a meal out of this book of Kerridge, which was absolutely amazing, and to the point that I've had that meal 3 times this week, and we've got guests coming over tonight, and we're going to have it again tonight. It's an amazing meal. So the meal that Tom Kerridge book we've been eating is lamb ragu with courgette spaghetti. Just the sauce on it is just amazing. I mean, it's a really low carb meal, but you wouldn't notice the difference. It's, in fact, for a day after the first time I had it, all I could think about was eating it again. So I actually had my wife make up the sauce that she'd made for the thing so I could put it on some steak. It's really, really nice. So if you are going to go on a low carb diet, I recommend buying this book because it is really, really good. There's good recipes in here. So there's obviously one other burning question on everyone's mind is, in my last video I told you one of the obstacles that I'd have is the fact that I have a fracture in my spine, so I've got a broken back. People obviously, you got a broken back, why are you walking? Why are you not in a wheelchair? Why this, why that, why that? Because although I have a fracture in my spine, affected my spinal cord, so all my limbs and stuff still work fine. I can give you a little rundown on how I got diagnosed with this. I mean, this is something that's been going on for a long time, for a number of years now. So about 5 or 6 years ago, out of nowhere, I mean, obviously been going to the gym, lifting as heavy as I could, and suddenly, out of nowhere, one of my legs, my left leg, started to be numb all the time, and my foot was numb. It was a bit weird, so I went to the doctors. They didn't know what it was. Obviously they figured it might be something in my back because that's where my spinal cord is, and that's where the nervous system for everything goes. So they went for one of those MRI scans, one of those ginormous MRI machines that you only ever see on movies when people are trying to shoot each other and the guns are flying around sticking to the machine. One of those, bit trippy, bit weird, but went in one of those, had a scan, and they did like a 3D imaging of your spine and your back, and that came back and they couldn't tell me what was wrong. So they just assumed I had sciatica or something strange like that. So they gave me some pills and whatever, so I medicated, sort of pain sort of went away, or the tingling went away. Then sometime later it really started to hurt, my back started to hurt a lot. So I'd actually moved to a different part of the country, so I went to the doctors there. They sent me for another MRI scan. Again, I had a scan, and then I heard nothing back of them. They didn't contact me, so I continued with the pain. Around about that time I just stopped going to the gym and thought, at the time I was still going to the gym, but I was literally doing everything sitting down, so it didn't affect my back. Then we moved house again, and I went to the local doctors where we are now, and they picked up the file and go, oh, they should have contacted you straight away, because it says you've got a fracture in your spine and they should have contacted you straight away. It's like, seriously, this is months and months later. They hadn't bothered telling me. So again, I went to another specialist in the hospital here. Again, had a scan, and they actually were able to find the fracture. So you've got your vertebrae and you've got the loops that go around that hold it together. So one of them is broken. What they said is that, I asked how I did it. In fact, they asked me how I did it. I don't know how I did it. But what the guy said, the specialist said, he said this could have happened any time in your life. People have this fracture, and they could have it their whole life and not know about it because it doesn't bother them. Obviously, mine's bothering me. So, in the end, what I had to do, I went to the hospital one day and they injected some steroids into my spine, which fused it up, and for about a year I didn't have any problem. So in January I decided I'm going to hit the gym again. So I started going to the gym in January. I started easing the weights up, lifting quite heavy, and it wasn't hurting too much. So I decided that I'm going to just try and smash all my personal bests, which I've been doing all year. I mean, I'm bench pressing was double what I was at the beginning of the year. So I'm really pushing it hard in the gym. To be honest, my back started hurting a little bit, but not as bad as it has been. But I've been doing lots and lots of core activities to strengthen my core, where the damage is on my spine, which is at the lower part of my spine. The one thing that doctors keep telling me is I should be doing something like Pilates. I ain't going to do Pilates, mate. I'm going to the gym, I'm going to lift heavy, so that's what I'm doing, I'm lifting heavy. Anyway, so that's how I got here with a broken back, and I'm still alive and walking around. Alright guys, so this is a video I took earlier of myself getting weighed, and also an image of me in the mirror so you can see how my physique is at the moment. It's not amazing, but you give an idea of where I am at the moment, so I'll do the same next week so we can see if there's any progression. Okay?